Welcome back everybody for the Sri Guru Raghavendra Bank Coaching Center daily current affair discussion of the Hindu as well as Indian Express. Let's go with the first question, right? So the Hindu and Indian Express current affairs review of 22nd of April, right? So in this first question, we are going to discuss about inflation situation, inflation stage in our Indian economy, and RBA actually monthly basis every month will publish a state of economy report. You can see here this one. So what RBA said in this report, those things we are going to discuss, right? So first let's read the question and the statements, all those things, right? First one, inflation is at or close to the target of 4%, right? So I need to discuss about this particular figure, what actually target of 4% is. I will discuss. The RBI said in the state of economy report. So this is the report RBI will publishes on monthly basis. It's a monthly bulletin. The report title is state of economy report, right? Substantial disinflation has been achieved, and identify the correct statements. So we should discuss about this word also, disinflation, and target of 4%, what actually it means. And remember the title name, it is state of economy report, right? So before going to options, so every month Reserve Bank of India will publish its state of economy report. In that report for the month of March, RBI is saying that our Indian economy is very close to the target of 4% of inflation, and because of the actions, precautions taken by the Reserve Bank of India, substantial disinflation has been achieved. That's all about this statement. Before going to options again, let's we understand what actually meaning of inflation, right? See, you can see in this picture, inflation is nothing but rise or increase in the prices of goods and services in a country during a financial year. Whatever the nation you consider, in that nation, if we compare with the last year and this year, the cost of goods and services, if it is increasing, how much percentage it showed an improvement? That is nothing but inflation, right? And because of inflation, one important point we should remember, the purchasing power of currency comes down. That's what. So decline of purchasing power over a time of what? Purchasing power of that country currency. If it is Indian rupee, if it is India, Indian rupee, America, American dollar, like that. If inflation is increasing year by year, the purchasing power of currency also comes down. That's the one point we should remember, right? Yeah. Now moving to option A. In response to RBI actions and aided by supply side measures, because of the actions taken by RBI and supply side measures, consumer price index, headline CPI, inflation has gradually declined from its peak of this figure 7.8% in April 2022, right? 1 year back in India, inflation is 7.8%. Whereas now, as of March 2023, inflation is at 5.7%, and is projected to ease further in upcoming quarter, that is Jan-March 2024 time. It may comes down to 5.2%, right? Yeah. So simply, in the statement A, RBI is saying that because of the actions, precautions taken by Reserve Bank of India, in India, inflation is within the permissible limit only. That is last 1 year back, it's around 7.8%. Today, as of March 2023, inflation in India is around 5.7%, and in upcoming future quarters also, inflation further comes down to 5.2%. Now, before going to discuss a further option, remaining options, let's give some clarity about this target. That's I said already. So we have discussed about this 4% target. Let me give some clarity regarding that. Actually, there is a committee called MPC. MPC stands for Monetary Policy Committee. It came into the existence after amending Reserve Bank of India Act in 2016 under Section 45, Section 45 ZB of RBA Act. Okay, so MPC stands for Monetary Policy Committee. When it is came into existence, 2016. As per which section? Section 45 ZB of RBA Act 1934. That's the original act. In this MPC, there are 6 members. 3 from Government of India, 3 from RBI. These 6 members, at least on quarterly basis. Quarter means once in every 3 months. At least quarterly basis. It means in a financial year, 4 times they will meet. Based upon economical situation of our nation, they will try to change monetary policy rates like repo, reverse repo, MS, bank rate, all those things. This is at least quarterly basis. But the tradition that Reserve Bank of India officials now following, MPC members following, they are meeting now by monthly basis. Okay, it means once in every 2 months. It means again overall in one financial year, how many times they will meet? 6 times. But that is not a mandatory. They have to meet 6 times only. Sometimes they meet more than 6 times also if there will be any unexpected economical situations happens, right? But at least they should meet 4 times in a year. And this MPC major purpose, major responsibility is there is an agreement between Government of India as well as RBI, Reserve Bank of India, to keep inflation in India within the bracket of this 4 plus or minus 2%. Let me write exactly 4 plus or minus 2%. It means 4 minus 2, 2%, 4 plus 2, 6%. The upper and lower brackets RBI should maintain in India inflation in this bracket 2 to 6%. If inflation is exceeding this figure, that's an alarming thing. RBI will take certain precautions to control inflation. If inflation is approaching this lower circuit, then RBI understands that there is a need of cash flow in this society, so that in that scenario, simply cash flow, how it works, if inflation is in this nearer to this lower bracket, cash flow to the society will be increased. If inflation is near to 6% or more than 6%, generally Reserve Bank of India cash flow reduces into the society. From the society, cash absorption will take place by changing monetary policy rate. This is a concept you need to understand before going to discuss the next thing. That's what RBI is saying. So as of March 2023, in India, inflation comes down to this figure 5.7%. What is our upper target? 6%. That's the acceptable percentage of inflation. That's what all about that percentage of target meaning, right? Yeah. Moving to next particular option. Option B. Reserve Bank of India said its past monetary policy actions have helped achieve substantial disinflation. I will discuss about disinflation also. In the next options only, you can see here itself. Simply B is saying because of the precautions taken by RBI, inflation is controlled within a permissible limit only. That's the point RBI is saying. That's a true only. Next, option C. The government has mandated the central bank to keep consumer price based inflation at 4% with a levy of 2% either direction. That's what I said already. The target for the RBI to maintain inflation within the bracket of plus or minus 4 plus or minus 2%, right? That's also true only. Next thing. Now, what is deflation? What is disinflation? And let's understand first this thing. Deflation. Deflation is completely opposite to inflation. Rise or increase in the prices of goods and services is nothing but inflation. Whereas when we come across deflation, what actually meaning of deflation? Fall in the prices of goods and services in a country during a financial year, right? So during the time of deflation, currency purchasing power will goes up, but economical growth falls drastically, because if prices of goods and services falling down, then producers will enter into losses. Then there is no economical growth, there is no employment also. It means deflation is very, very dangerous compared to inflation. Simply negative growth of, or else negative percentage of inflation, that's much better. Negative percentage of inflation is nothing but deflation. Rise or increase in the prices of goods and services is inflation. Fall in the prices of goods and services is nothing but deflation, right? Yeah. Let me come here. What actually deflation is saying refers to an economic downturn where the inflation rate becomes negative. You can see here, goods prices falls, the purchasing power of people increases. As a result, the supply exceeds consumption or demand, right? Yes, fine. Supply is exceeding, automatically prices of goods comes down. If prices comes down, abnormally, then the producers will enter into loss. That's what I said. Companies enter into losses. If companies, entrepreneurs are entering into losses, no employment, no recruitment, then economical instability will occur. So deflation is very, very dangerous compared to inflation. Now, the word that is in news in our discussion is disinflation. Let's be understand what actually meaning of disinflation. Simply, disinflation is nothing but slowing rate of inflation, right? It is a temporary economic condition. Inflation is gradually brought close to the permissible limit. Actually, as I said in option A, that is last April inflation in India around 7.8%, but RBI brings it down to around 5.7%. What's our target? 2 to 6% to maintain inflation. See, what is disinflation here? It is a temporary economic condition, fine. Inflation is gradually brought close to the permissible limit. The permissible limits in our nation is 2 to 6%. It is good for economy up to some extent. Disinflation, this is the one more important point, hyperinflation. Disinflation controls the hyperinflation, which is extremely harmful to its growth. Hyperinflation is nothing but a country with a double digit or triple digit and even more than that percentage of inflation. It means around, if any country is possessing, is having inflation more than 20% or else 50% or else 100% inflation, we can say that nation is in a hyperinflation stage, and that is very, very dangerous for the economy. India is very fortunate, very happy to be in the range of within a controllable limit of 2 to 6% only. Hyperinflation is nothing but very high percentage of inflation. Generally, the particular percentage is around 50%, 60%. Like we can consider now, right now, one of the nation which is struggling with the hyperinflation is Venezuela. Okay, this all are about this particular first question. And further, if you want to understand in a better manner, you can see how our explanation in a graphical representation. Let us assume this is the x and y axis. This is the x axis, this is y axis, right? What actually inflation? Rise or increase in the prices of goods and services in a country over a period of time or during a financial year. See, these candles are in ascending order. This graph reflects inflation, whereas what is disinflation? Slowing down inflation for a temporary time period. From its a peak of this particular, in our example, 7.8%, now it comes down to around 5.7%. Like this, we can say it's a disinflation. It's a good sign. It's a positive for economy for up to some extent, right? And apart from these two, this third situation is very, very dangerous. There's a negative of inflation, negative percentage of inflation. That's a deflation. See, negative number is increasing. Fall in the prices of goods and services in a country during a financial year, nothing but deflation. It's a very dangerous. So you can understand inflation, disinflation, deflation in this picture clearly, right? Now the next thing here, let's see how deflation and deflation and disinflation impacts our economy, our living style. What are the effects that we will face if those situations will occur? Let's discuss it point by point once again here, just a comparison. Yeah, first, definition point of view. What is deflation? I already discussed it. Fall in the prices of goods and services in a country during a financial year, nothing but deflation. Whereas disinflation, slowing rate of inflation for a temporary time period. That's what an economic situation where inflation rate falls gradually on a temporary basis. Whereas deflation, economic condition where the purchasing power of consumers rise due to a decline in prices of commodities, right? So consumer purchasing power is increasing, supply exceeds demand there, and in that scenario goods values drastically falls down, and in that scenario producers will enter into losses. That's why it is not at all recommendable situation of economy. Which one? Deflation, right? Yeah. Next thing. So definition clear, I hope everybody. Now overall impact, if you consider, because of deflation, negative impact, whereas disinflation, positive impact. And this deflation is completely opposite to inflation. Prices increasing, inflation, falling, deflation. Whereas disinflation is opposite to the this one. Disinflation is opposite to the reflation. Let me give a little bit of brief overview about reflation. What actually meaning of reflation? During the time of reflation, either Government of India or Reserve Bank of India will increase cash flow into the society with the objective to achieve growth. How? Government of India reduces taxes. By reducing taxes, prices of goods comes down, then consumption will go up. Automatically, if consumption goes up, sales will go up, companies will enter into profit. So economical growth, companies, if they're in a profit, then expansion, employment, all those things, economical growth will occur. How RBI takes its own steps in the time of reflation? RBI simply reduces monetary policy rates like repo rate, reverse repo rate, MSF, bank rate, CRR, SLR. These particular terms, these particular rates will be reduced so that the flow of cash will go up, economical growth will occur. So that's actually reflation. Simply reflation is nothing but injecting cash into the society purposefully by the government or central bank called RBI. How Government of India injects cash? How Government of India plays its role in the sense by reducing taxes, reducing the prices of goods and services. Whereas how RBI will work in this reflation stage by reducing the monetary policy rates, right? So that's a reflation, a simple overview. Anyway, next thing, overall impact on our economy, national economy. Yes, that's what I said. Very danger is deflation, that is weakens economy situation. Whereas when I come across disinflation, stable and prosperous, right? Next, how frequently these situations will occur? If that's a answer, that a question we need to answer. See, very rare deflation. It is very rare. It's very danger. If it is very frequent, then economic instability will happen. Whereas the more common is disinflation, right? Impact on stock market. Even a stock market also behaves based upon the data of inflation. Sometimes if it is a deflation, no economical growth, I said, if there is no economical growth, stock market also performs very poorly. And whereas disinflation may or may not impact that much the stock market, right? So next, the final things here in the first question, demand and supply gap. Yes, very huge demand, supply exceeds demand in deflation. There is negligible gap between supply and demand in disinflation. And consumer behavior, because prices of goods are falling drastically, consumer expects further falling in deflation. That's for this point. Whereas consumer spend money as per requirement irrespective of the price level. That's all the little bit of comparisons about deflation and disinflation, right? So simply as per that question, all the statements are correct there, whatever I discussed. But let me give a review. Every month, Reserve Bank of India will publish a state of economy report. In that report, RBI focuses economical stability of our nation by controlling inflation and achieving economical growth. And first option A, they are saying last year, April 2022, inflation around 7.8%, and in 2023 March, it comes down to permissible limit of 2 to 6%, that is now 5.7%, and RBI is expecting in future it's further what we call decrease in the inflation percentage, that is around up to 5.2%. Those, rather than those figures, the concept is important for all of us, right? Next thing, there is an agreement between RBI as well as Government of India to keep with inflation within the bracket of 2 to 6%. That's also fine. 4 plus 7 is 2%. And I explained here what actually deflation, what actually disinflation also. Okay, right? And its impact in our economy as well as in our living style, right? So all are true as per that statement point of view. Moving to next question, question number 2. The question number 2 is all about one of the district in Arunachal Pradesh. This is the Indian map, you can see here, and in this Indian map, this is the location of a state called Arunachal Pradesh. One of the district in Arunachal Pradesh recently received Prime Minister's Innovation Award. Let's see what is the district and for what purpose they awarded with that award. Let's discuss, right? Question number 2. See here, a district in which state? Arunachal Pradesh, India's easternmost district, right? As is shown already, Arunachal Pradesh is the state which is located in eastern part of India. In that Arunachal Pradesh, it is in a corner, that is eastern part of Arunachal Pradesh. This district received the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence For what purpose that award is? It's an award called Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration for its innovative NALC, right? So what's actually NALC here? New Age Learning Center. New Age Learning Center, and this concept was conceptualized by this guy. Sunny K. Singh is actually Deputy Commissioner of the district who conceptualized the center, received the award given in the category of what? Innovation. NALC is a flexible, futuristic, leisure learning space come library setup to enable people from all the age groups to learn and improve every aspect of their personality. Name the award winning district. We need to name the district, but before going to discuss answer for this question, let's see what the question is saying actually, right? One of the district in Arunachal Pradesh, it is the easternmost district of our Indian map, received the Prime Minister's Innovation Award for what category? New what we call NALC, simply New Age Learning Center. NALC stands here, New Age Learning Center. What is this learning center? It encourages all the age group people to improve their personality by reading books, all those things, just like a library. And this concept was conceptualized by the Deputy Commissioner of that particular district. Not that much important that guy name, but at least we have to know why this award, if that district is winning that award, because of what reason, and who is the one who initiated that kind of concept. That is important. That's at least the thing we have to focus. That's why I given that guy name also, but no need to bother about in examination. They won't ask that person name. That is Sunny K. Singh, is the Deputy Commissioner of Arunachal Pradesh district, and what the district that we are going to answer, right? So the options, if you see here, option A, Changlang, option B, Anjam, option C, Itanagar, it's the capital of Arunachal Pradesh, option D, Dibang Valley, whereas option E, Pakki Kesange. These all are the districts from Arunachal Pradesh I taken, and here the correct answer, the district which won Prime Minister's Innovation Award in the category of New Age Learning Center, and that district is Changlang. Remember what the district name? Changlang. Option A is the correct answer for this question. But from option E, you can remember one thing. You may heard many times while reading current affairs, static GK, Pakki Tiger Reserve. Pakke Tiger Reserve, located in which Indian state like that? Pakke Tiger Reserve in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. To provide that extra info also, I given this option. Okay. Pakke Tiger Reserve is located in which Indian state? It is in Arunachal Pradesh, right? And here the answer for this particular question is Changlang is the district which won the Prime Minister's Innovation Award in the category of innovation, and because of the concept called New Age Learning Center by the district Deputy Commissioner, and the district name is, once again I'm repeating, Changlang, right? That's all about second question, right? Moving to the next question. This is one more thing, one of the alarming thing for that nation. Let's see what actually. This is the location of a nation also, Sudan. So what happened in Sudan? Let me discuss first, then we'll go with the question, right? Because of political crisis in Sudan, their paramilitary forces and their armed forces, there is a conflict, there is a dispute between them. Because of that dispute, there is a severe fight is going on in Sudan. Because of that, many civil people, normal human beings also are affected. So as a precautionary thing, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that to evacuate all the Indians who are migrated to Sudan immediately. And that's all about this particular incident. And now let's see the question, what actually I'm asking, right? Read the question. India is preparing contingency plans. Contingency means during the time of very abnormal situations like emergency, I can say, very danger kind of situations. India is preparing contingency plans to evacuate its 3,000 old citizens, odd citizens stuck in where? Sudan, where a major conflict has broken out between their paramilitary You can see here. Their paramilitary rapid support forces and Sudanese armed forces. My question is, what is the capital and currency of Sudan? Okay, right. Simply, because of the conflict between paramilitary forces of Sudan and armed forces of Sudan, Indian embassy as well as Indian government decided to evacuate all the Indians who are residing in Sudan. And for this, Indian government also named an operation, and operation named called Operation Kaveri. Remember that also. This operation, the government of India is called as Operation Kaveri, right? Now my question, what is the capital as well as currency of Sudan? In all options, if you observe here, I given capital is same city name only. That is Khartoum. Okay, capital city of Sudan is Khartoum. Remember, Khartoum is the capital city of which country? Sudan. Sudan is located in which part of world? If you come across this world map, it's an African nation. This is the Sudan. This is a red color area in this particular map. You can observe here. This is Sudan, and this Sudan point of I am talking. Sudan capital is Khartoum, whereas Sudan currency is Sudanese pound. Okay, so it means correct answer for this question is option A. Khartoum is the capital. Sudanese pound is the currency. And what is the name of operation which was named by the government of India to evacuate all the 3,000 odd plus Indian citizens from Sudan is Operation Kaveri, right? On the next question, question number 4th one, right? This question is all about global warming. That's one alarming thing, climate change. Okay, recently WMO, World Meteorological Organization, published a report. In that report, they said that abnormally very high temperatures they observed in nations like England, that is United Kingdom, Ireland. For the first time ever in UK, the temperatures were exceeded 40 degrees plus Celsius. Generally in India or else nations which are very close to equatorial, we would expect that much temperatures. But cold countries also are affected by the global warming, and this report is highlighting that the precautions that we have to take to reduce the emissions of what we call greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and all these things. So let's see what's the points that we have to focus here, right? In 2015, that is the 2015 Paris Agreement. Actually, every year COP, that is conference of parties meeting, will happen. All the member countries of United Nations will participate in this COP. The major objective behind this COP meetings is to fight against global warming, to fight against greenhouse gases. Such a kind of COP conference in COP 21 when in 2015. Last year in 2022, COP 27 was happened in Egypt. Every year, one nation will host a conference of parties meeting. In that tradition, 2015, France, Paris hosted COP21. In that COP21, all the member nations of United Nations taken a decision. Let's see what the point that they highlighted on that day. 2015 Paris Agreement saw countries agreed to cap global warming at well below 2 degrees Celsius. Okay, global warming well below which figure? 2 degrees Celsius above average levels measured between 1850 and 1900, and 1.5 degrees Celsius if possible. Actually, target is below 2. If possible, below 1.5. It's a very encouraging thing. Let me explain what actually this statement meaning, right? Pre-industrial level, pre-industrial time. Actually, revolution of industries, industrial revolution happened worldwide after 1900. It means starting of 20th century. We are now in 21st century. Okay, right. 1850, 1900. This 50 years time duration will be taken as reference to express every time to say pre-industrial average of temperatures, pre-industrial level of temperatures, like that. Every year, this is the reference we will take. You know what? 1850, 1900, during that time, the world average temperature in India, temperatures may be around 30 degrees, 35 degrees, 45 degrees Celsius. In America, maybe around 20 degrees, 15 degrees, 25 degrees Celsius. Like that, every nation, because based on the location of a country, from equatorial, from a sun, all those things, the temperatures will change from nation to nation. Now I'm saying the average temperature of all the countries in this 50 years, 1850, 1900, before pre-industrial revolution, it's around 13.7 degrees Celsius. Okay, 13.7 degrees Celsius, right? Now, in COP21, what they decided, in 21st century, that means present running 2000 to 2100, in 21st century, the global average temperature should not cross 15 or 16 degrees Celsius. That's what the target. That's what is the on the day average. In COP21, they decided to limit this is within 2 degrees Celsius temperature. If I said 13.75 plus 2, around it's a 15 to 16 degrees Celsius. So, what is the decision taken in COP21? That is a 2015 Paris Agreement, to keep the global average temperature well below 15 or 16 degrees by the end of this century. Okay, that's the target. Now, let me come across the question. On an average, in 2022, this WMO is saying, on an average, in 2022, global temperatures in 2022 was 1.15 degrees Celsius, higher than the pre-industrial times. That's what I said. 13.75 taken here, pre-industrial level average temperature. Now in 2022, 1.22 addition, it means almost 14.97. It's almost already reaching 15 degrees Celsius, right? We're in the verge of almost 15 degrees Celsius, which is the average, the 1850-1900 period. Several parts of Europe had recorded the, as I said earlier, highest ever temperatures last year. United Kingdom experienced for the first time 40 plus degrees Celsius for the first time ever. Ireland reported highest temperature since 1887. This happened despite the, this is the one more point, this is the one more statement you need to give attention. This happened despite the prevalence of strong La Nina event, which is known to have overall cooling impact on the planet. Now, question is all about where is the headquarter of WMO. But before going to answer answer for this question, now let's understand what is the La Nina. This happened, temperatures are rising despite prevalence of strong La Nina event. Now, what is La Nina event? There are two kind of things we need to understand now. La Nina. El Nino, La Nina. Two things we need to understand. El Nino events are associated with, you can see here, El Nino events are associated with a warming of the central and eastern tropical Pacific. This is the world map, and this picture indicates world map. This is the Pacific Ocean. This is Pacific Ocean. See, in this image, this is the normal condition. During the normal conditions, how the temperatures you can observe here, and during the El Nino condition, this El Nino I am talking. In our question, I am talking about La Nina, but two things we should learn here. What actually meaning of El Nino? What actually meaning of La Nina? During the time of El Nino, see North America, this is North America here. There is no change in temperatures, but here you can see in North America, warm and dry weather will occur because of El Nino condition. And you can see here Northern America, some of the parts here. This is also there is some change. Okay, simply completely reverse of El Nino is La Nina. Now let's see what is actually El Nino. El Nino events are associated with the warming of the central and eastern tropical Pacific, while La Nina events are the reverse. It means during the time of El Nino, worldwide temperatures will go up. During the time of La Nina, worldwide temperatures will comes down. With this, what I said, during the time of La Nina, the temperatures will comes down, right? Now in 2022, the world is in the cycle of La Nina, but the temperatures worldwide are going up. That's what our concern. That's what the thing that we need to give some attention. With the sustained cooling of these same areas, these changes in the Pacific Ocean and its overlying atmosphere occur in a cycle known as the El Nino Southern Oscillation, ENSO. So that's okay. But one more extra point I given here. What is the impact of this El Nino La Nina in India? A La Nina is actually beneficial for the Indian monsoon. Generally, El Nino and La Nina occur every 4-5 years. Once in every 4 years, La Nina, El Nino will occur. El Nino is more frequent than La Nina. El Nino means increasing temperatures, right? It is more frequent compared to La Nina. Typically, the episodes last for 9 to 12 months, almost a 1 year time duration. This whenever La Nina occurs, whenever El Nino occurs, they will stay for a time period of almost 1 year time. That's what they're saying. And their frequency is once in every 4-5 years. And very frequently occurred event is El Nino. In El Nino time, the temperature will go up. In La Nina time, the temperature will comes down. Okay, right. So now question is simply in this question, what I want to convey to you people is recently World Meteorological Organization released a report with respect to global warming. In that report, they are saying COP21 agreement which happened in 2015 Paris. At that time, all the countries' target is to maintain global average temperature within a limit of pre-industrial level, that is 1850 1900. During that time, global average temperature is 13.7 around Celsius degrees plus 2, or else if possible 1.5. But the alarming thing is, the biggest concern is in 2022 global temperatures, in fact from 2013 to till today, almost in a span of 9 years or 10 years, highest ever global temperature rise were observed. That's a one more point you should remember. And some of the places in UK and Ireland recorded their highest ever temperatures. And that's all about the question. And I hope you people understood up to some extent what actually El Nino, what actually La Nina. El Nino is the situation where temperatures will go up throughout worldwide, whereas La Nina is the situation where temperatures comes down, okay, falls down. Now the headquarters of WMO simply World Meteorological Organization headquarters is at Geneva, Switzerland. So the correct answer for this question is option C is the correct one, Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, WMO, World Meteorological Organization, this one, World Meteorological Organization headquarters is at Geneva, Switzerland. Right. Moving to the next question, question number 5th one. This question is all about, as we all recently heard many times, Project Tiger. It was started 50 years back. The same manner, that is 1973, Project Tiger was started in the same manner. In 2009, at the time, government with one of the non-profit organization, that is this one, Wild Trust of India. This Wild Trust of India location is at Noida, Uttar Pradesh headquarters. It's a non-profit organization, NPO, non-profit organization, Noida, Uttar Pradesh headquarters, Noida, Uttar Pradesh. They started reintroduction of cheetahs in our nation, or Project Cheetah, when in 2009. In that time, they made a target to bring back 50 cheetahs to India from different parts of the world. As a target is to bring back 50 cheetahs. Last year, government of India from two nations, that is one from two nations, they are simply Namibia and South Africa. From these two nations, in a phase 1, 20 cheetahs they translocated from African nations to India. And to which national park? It is Kuno National Park. Why the Kuno National Park? Because in the survey, among all the national parks in India, the national park which is convenient, which is suitable for the relocation of these cheetahs is Kuno National Park. And the question is all about, where is Kuno National Park is located? It is in the state called Madhya Pradesh. So it is a static. I linked it with the current affair thing. Okay. Under Project Cheetah, which started in 2009 by one of the non-profit organization called Wild Trust of India. Okay, and location of Wild Trust of India is at Noida, Uttar Pradesh. The cheetahs which are extinction from India 70 years ago, the objective is to reintroduce them, and the location of that particular Kuno National Park is at Madhya Pradesh. You can see the options here. Option A Karnataka, B Madhya Pradesh, C Uttar Pradesh, D Tamil Nadu, and E West Bengal. Correct answer is, it is simply Madhya Pradesh, right? Yeah. Move to the next question, and in fact this is the final question of the today's discussion. Okay, right. And every day whatever the content which comes in these two newspapers, I'm preparing these notes. Sometimes questions may be maybe around 10 plus, sometimes below 10 also. Okay, rather number of questions, my intention is better content and concept to provide you people. Okay, it's a final static question. Which of the following national park is not located in Jammu and Kashmir? I asked you a question here. Below given national parks, which national park is not located in Jammu and Kashmir? That is the UT. If you see option A, Dachigam National Park. Option B, City Forest, you can call Salim Ali National Park. Option C, Kistwar National Park. And D, Kajin Nag National Park. And E, Hemis National Park. As I discussed last class itself, the only one national park in Ladakh, that is Hemis National Park, and remaining all national parks here from option A to D, all are in the UT called Jammu and Kashmir. Before bifurcation of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh as separate UTs, all these are in Jammu and Kashmir, like that we can say. Now today, Hemis National Park in the UT of Ladakh, whereas remaining four, just repeat one more time their names: Dachigam National Park, City Forest, or I can say Salim Ali National Park, Kistwar National Park, Kajin Nag National Park. In which Indian UT? They all four are in Jammu and Kashmir. Dachigam, City Forest, we can call other name Salim Ali, and Kistwar, and one more is Kajin Nag National Park in Jammu and Kashmir. Right. So these are the current affairs of today's discussion. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Have a lovely day. Right.